Alright, so I'm going to be talking about a topic today that I have been discussing with friends, just thinking about for a long time now. The question and topic I'm going to be discussing today is how strong is Mihawk? So what do we actually know about Mihawk? He is a member of the Seven Warlords and was the first one to appear in both the manga and anime. It is agreed by everyone, at least that we have seen so far, that he is the greatest swordsman in the world. He also does on multiple occasions refer to himself by that title, indicating that he definitely has a lot of confidence in his ability. He one-shotted Zoro with a butter knife. He is known as a former rival of Shanks, and he later became Zoro's master. That's about all the information we currently have to go off on about him, but we can make some good inferences with it. So let's start with the whole Shanks thing. Let's just remember that regardless of how strong you think he is, Shanks is one of the emperors and Mihawk used to be his rival. So he's definitely very, very powerful, and Mihawk used to just spar with him all the time. So at the very least, Mihawk is emperor level. He doesn't have nearly as much military power, but 1v1, he is at least emperor level. In fact, that's actually another really important fact to note. The fact that Mihawk does not have a crew. It's just him riding around. He became one of the Seven Warlords, and it looks like, we can't tell for sure, but it looks like he's been one for a long time, and as far as we know, he's never had a crew of any sort. No one in this series has done anything even close to that, becoming a warlord all by yourself, no backup, nothing. Not to mention, just the fact that he's able to navigate everywhere he goes. I mean, he's obviously been to the New World and whatnot. Even the Grand Line itself was not very easy to get through. I mean, Nami is supposed to be so impressive because of the fact that she can just get through the Grand Line. She's always prepared, she knows what's going on. So we definitely can say that he is a fairly intelligent fellow. So another maybe obvious but very important indication of his power is that he is Zoro's master. Now let's be real, One Piece is pretty predictable. I mean, all of these people are going to accomplish their dreams, at least for the most part. Maybe like one of the crew members will die. I doubt it. If anything, it would probably be Usopp since he doesn't have a real dream going for him. But Zoro is definitely going to accomplish his dream of becoming the greatest swordsman in the world. With that being said, I think that Oda is being pretty straightforward by making him his master. That means he is undisputably the strongest swordsman in the world. That is not just what he calls himself, that's just not what some people think. No, he's definitely the strongest swordsman. And it has been proven time and time again that swords are a very, very viable weapon. Pretty much, I think that they're actually more useful than guns. That is, of course, if you can, use them like lightsabers and launch massive explosions out of them, like Zoro and Mihawk can. But, as long as you can do that, they're extremely good weapons. So, if we can agree on that, and we know that Mihawk is the strongest swordsman in the world, he has to be one of the strongest people in the world. I get that Shanks is a swordsman too, and so what are you saying, that Mihawk's stronger than Shanks? First of all, yeah, probably. I'm probably gonna go with yes on that. But even just, Shanks has way more shit going on for him. He's a complete master of Conqueror's Haki, as far as we've seen. And I wouldn't be surprised if Mihawk had Conqueror's Haki too. I wouldn't be surprised if he taught Zoro how to use it. But that's not the point. Shanks is really good at that. I just think that Mihawk is undisputably a better swordsman than Shanks. They're very close, I think. If they were, having their daily duels, they both wanted to come back to them. They had to be good. No one could be just the obvious victor. But I think that pretty much every single time Mihawk would have just barely won. So I don't really think there's too much more to say about this guy. I think I've really covered every strong piece of evidence that he's extremely powerful. I can't give an exact number. I can't say who exactly he's stronger than, all the emperors would obviously be good candidates because we don't know anything about them. We don't even know anything about Shanks. We did know a lot about Whitebeard. I actually do not believe Mihawk was stronger than him. But I will say this. Even though this is not based on much evidence at all, because like I said, we do not know the strength of the emperors for the most part. I would bet in a 1v1 situation that Mihawk is the second strongest person currently alive, with the first being Kaido. And the only reason that I say that Kaido is probably the strongest is because it's pretty much in the dialogue. Actually, it is in the dialogue, it's just whether or not we should interpret that as a figure of speech or not. I'm not exaggerating, it seems like a lot of people recently just have not come to terms with the fact that the narrator called him the strongest creature alive, and that people say, he says, people say if it's Kaido one-on-one, he will win. Like, if that's not... why are we not taking that more seriously? It seems like people are just seeing that, like, oh, yeah, I mean, he's definitely really strong, but no, he's not the strongest one-on-one. Like, what? He said it in the dialogue, but no, whatever. You know what? No. I think Kaido's probably the strongest, Mihawk's the second strongest, and that should be pretty good for those two. I actually really enjoyed making this video. I thought it was a cool little format that I had set up here. So if there are any other characters you guys would like me to do a how strong is this character video, then let me know in the comments who you want that to be. And I will not do all of them, most likely, because a lot of the times I don't like certain characters and I probably won't do it on them. But if I like them or I think they're interesting enough that there's, you know, it's debatable where they're at, then yeah, sure, I'll do it. It'll be awesome. And I wouldn't say, like, keep the main characters off, you know, because I like Luffy, that'd be cool. Sanji, Zoro, those are all reasonable. Jinbei even now, so, like, those all make sense to me, considering there actually seems to be so much controversy on how strong all four, if not the monster trio, are. Like, you know, for example, when me and my friend had a discussion on whether or not Luffy was stronger than Doffy, and for some reason no one seems to want to watch that video, but I worked so hard on it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to comment your ideas on what kind of character I should talk about next. Subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to drop a like, and I will see you guys Wednesday.